In 3, 2, 1.
We are here to give you the weekly scoop.
Is this an experiment?
Life and Deatherage.
Life and Deatherage.
Life and Deatherage.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
How's it going, guys? We're back with another episode of Life and Deatherage.
Hope everybody's doing lovely.
On this day, it's been pretty good weather. It's not been as hot, so
Hot.
yeah. Hot dog. Hot diggity dog.
Oh, it's so early. Okay.
Yeah. Getting excited.
You know, that's right. That's right.
Well, let's go ahead and hit them with the first part of the segment.
Mm-hmm.
Got these nice UFC fights coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think y'all heard, hopefully by now, that we got that Jake Paul versus Anderson the Spider Silva.
Confirmed for sure. I never watched the
You really
press
should.
conference.
It's a little long, but I think it's real interesting because they're like acting friendly on it. They're not all like smashing each other, So
maybe that's how boxing is.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm just worried about seeing if this Jake Paul can really throw, because I don't see. Like, that last fight with Tyrone Wood, it could have really been, in my opinion, it could have been staged. The way they did that left hook, like he gave him a sign to throw it, and he was laying down like that. I honestly, with the way Anderson Spiders, but he holds, I think, maybe Izzy took it over now, but he holds like a 20, right? Yeah. He holds like a 25 street record of holding the belt. He's just somebody who just ain't going to sit down.
It's like 17.
Yeah.
And then there's somebody at like 15. They were like
something crazy, though. But this guy's a winner, is what I'm trying to say. And I don't think he's just going to let this kid come in here and knock him out for no amount of money. I think it's more for the sport for him,
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you think that stuff's interesting, I did make sure to share the whole post-fight
with
thing.
that, I've been kind of wanting to get into betting on these fights and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking,
which I'm thankful you found that.
This stuff
for
is
me.
rigged, for one, I think. So Jake Paul's probably gonna win. And if you guys know anything about like scores for him or whatever, I'm not too familiar with it, but they have Jake Paul as the underdog. So if you were to bet on Jake Paul, you would win obviously more money. But I found this website called Bolivia, and you can run it here. So like DraftKings, stuff like that. For those that aren't familiar, you can't do that stuff here.
Mm-hmm,
the reason
that
why
was the one I was going to try to.
Yeah, and Shaquille O'Neal's invested in that. So the reason why you can't do that is because it's based in the United States, and so Bolivia's based in Puerto Rico. So you're able to use it. They have a casino on there, poker, live dealers. They have fights, UFC. Main events you can bet on, soccer, football,
the whole nine.
Yeah. So I'm looking to maybe bet on this Anderson Silva Jake Paul fight.
Should be fun. Be interesting.
Definitely. I've never betted on a fight either, so
right.
Maybe just throw a little $50 on there.
Yeah, just to play around with. That'd be fun. It'd make it funner to watch too.
But yeah, it's called Bolivia.
But I really hope they're not all because if it's like that, then I would dive even further into thinking that the NFL and the NBA and all of it, and that's just getting wild now.
Yeah.
That's
he
just
might just
too
be a
many
beast.
people. That's just too many fighters that are like, especially like saying UFC, and stuff like obviously I don't think he pays them fighters well, and like the way Nate Diaz in one of his interviews, he was like, man, I've always been a champion and a GOAT. Like he never once asked for a title fight his whole career. I guess he always just fight whoever they put in front of him and whoever they gave him the best money for and stuff. So he always just looked at it from, I don't know, like a fighter's perspective. You know what I mean? Like a true champion. Like, I'm just here to better myself in fighting. You know what I mean? But back to, the whole getting down. Dana White Oh yeah, that Dana White thing you sent me was pretty interesting too. Let's touch. We don't even have that one wrote down, but I want to touch down.
Yeah, we talk about that. Let's talk about their this pay and shit first. From their, yeah, I think a lot of people heard about the Reebok deal they signed. So a lot of their fighter pays. They're not able to promote their own brands. They
their
have
own
to promote
sponsorship.
Yeah, they have to promote Reebok. So.
Which is pretty whack.
And it all depends on how many fights they've had. So 1 to 5 fights in the UFC, they get paid $2,500.
Yeah, and or certain fighters like Conor McGregor, he obviously gets a big fat payday. But depending on who you are as a fighter.
Well, no, that's what they all get. That's their sponsorship from. That's only their sponsorship
like
pay.
pay-per-views and stuff like that.
Oh, right. So they get other pay.
Yeah, because I also watched this little documentary about Colby Covington and how I guess he was whooping everybody up, but he wasn't selling no pay-per-view.
Right.
Pay-per-view.
So he had to start getting...
Yeah, no, but they're about to let his contract go, so he started talking smack to everybody super bad. And he was starting to cause more drama, so it was selling more pay-per-view, so they got him back. Yeah.
It was that bald guy that made the video. I think we touched on that.
But it's almost like, like they're looking for more WWF stuff than actual,
No, that's what they've been doing.
Yeah.
Like, we were looking
shouldn't
at
be that way.
Instagram followers. Conor McGregor has way more than any other fighter.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, we was actually trying to see how many followers all of the top UFC fighters had compared to each other. But no, it shouldn't be that way. If a guy's going out there and he's just humble, super humble in and outside of the ring, and he's knocking everybody out, he should just be well accepted compared to the guy who talks shit on the Dales for his life. You know what I mean? So I don't think you should have to walk around acting like a Conor all the time. You acting like a George St. Pierre is just fine with me. As long as you're going out there and knocking them out. I don't like all that hugging stuff. I know that wrestling dominates if you don't have a really good wrestling background, you're going to get, and you're only striking, you're going to get wrestled down to the ground and dominated and submissioned out, eventually. But, everybody came to see a fight. I'm not trying to see two guys hug the whole time. But you also got to respect the hand grappling game. The whole time they're doing that, they're always trying to transition to a better position to do something dominant, which is either a strike or a submission or, just to get up or, be in the top game.
Yeah, right. Mount.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, yeah, I guess with their sponsorship deals, a lot of them are losing up to $100,000 because they're not able to wear.
Which, man, think about if you was used to getting paid up that much, and all of a sudden you got just a big old chunk out of your pocket.
Right.
Like
so when you're a champion, you get paid $40,000 a fight from the sponsorship with Reebok. But if they lose that fight, it goes all the way back down. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So then
no bueno.
Yeah. But I guess now they're throwing that out the window, and they're going on to a new sponsorship deal. It's the same thing with the company, but they're going to raise.
Right.
They're apparently raising their rates a little bit, but none of the numbers have been released.
I really hope that these fighters can really start whether it's from UFC themselves or the sponsors or whatever. These guys need to be getting paid.
It's
man.
that, bro. Not also only that, but now they're forcing them all to wear shoes that apparently suck. The Rock.
That's funny.
And no need to hate on Dwayne The Rock Johnson for this.
Can you smell?
What?
Little John's cooking.
Yeah. So The Rock brings in these shitty shoes, signs a deal with UFC.
On them too.
And I'm sure The Rock got paid bank for that deal.
Yeah.
And all it's doing is putting money in The Rock, and it's putting money in UFC's pockets while the fighters are yet again at a loss.
Mm-hmm.
It's sick.
And don't even And
to think that, they're getting paid this amount for, like the sponsorship deal. Once you get to 10 to 15 fights, you get a good amount of money. Well, how many fights they have in them? How many fights does a fighter fight? Only 20 maybe.
Because like that picture I showed you, if you're not getting a good paid, well, some of the, they live for this. They're gonna be fighting forever if their body will let them.
Yeah, that picture of that guy had his
I think we'll drop it in. We'll try to drop it in.
Yeah,
the,
he had his
comments for
head
Josh.
split down like across his forehead, and there was a tendon sticking. I didn't even know you had it one there, but it's a fatto tendon sticking out from his head there.
What makes your eyebrows go up and down, I would think. But
it must be a muscle tendon right there.
Right. But
man,
the doctors, whoever fixed it, they did such a good job. Yeah, it looked wonderful.
After
how
pictures,
they fixed
nowhere
it.
near as nasty.
But yeah, it wasn't good. Yeah, so the next card I'm super excited about is on October 22nd, and it's the Oliveira.
That's right after Jake Paul, huh?
I believe, there's two great fights going on that month, which is also, our birthday month and Halloween.
Yeah.
But Oliveira, De La Shaw, and Sean O'Malley's all fighting on the same card, and I'm super excited about that, so I'm going to be getting down for that one.
Yeah.
You know, that's right. But, and then, Nate Diaz did end up leaving the UFC. Just to update on that, because I know I was talking about that. And he started his own clothing line, which is called Represent, and some of the stuff's looking pretty fly.
Yeah, good
and he also started as a fight promoter, so I don't know if he's going to be moving over to boxing. Hopefully we get to see him in the ring some more. I really hope so. And or his brother. I want to watch his big brother fight some more too. Because the reason why his last fight was so bad is because his neck was broken and he got that all fixed up. But anyways, so he's gonna be making fights, hopefully in boxing. So that would be super exciting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to watch. Mm-hmm. Another crazy story. Dana White apparently comes out on this podcast talking about he got this test that told him he had 10 years to live.
Isn't that something, though? That one's funny.
Yeah, 10 years. So it's apparently by this company called 10 Times Health System. And they test your blood. You send in your DNA. They test your DNA and your blood and stuff. And they're able to tell you how long you have to live.
I think that's something.
Something apparently in your DNA. Who knows what the fuck they're testing.
Yeah.
But
so let's see. Would you want to know something like that?
Right. Would you guys want to know? They convinced Dana of its, authenticity.
Right.
So.
I don't think. Would you, Blake? Would you want to know something like that?
I mean, I would be curious, because I don't believe in the accuracy of it. Yeah.
Right.
Because I'm curious. But let's say, man, they're like, we got this down to the T. Would you want to know? And
I don't
maybe.
know.
But then again, it's always like, well, you would know. Let's say it's 15 years. Well, but then you could die tomorrow. That test doesn't know that. That you might get hit.
Says what goes with your body or whatever. Yeah.
That you could get hit by a car tomorrow walking down the road.
I just feel like it'd make because right when I got around that period of time, it'd make me be on high alert, and I'd always be trying. I mean, I guess it'd make me better myself always, which would be a good thing. But then again, it'd make me go crazy in my mind thinking about it. Possibly.
And then again, you got to think, well, what if it told you had way long to live, and then you're not healthy?
Right.
You're like, oh, well, I'm good, and then you just start eating a bunch of cheeseburgers.
But hell, if you got money to spend like he does, I'm sure it was.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Nothing.
He'll be fine.
But we just thought it was interesting that they can put a number.
Apparently, they claim to be able to.
They're out here doing whatever they want.
Yeah, it's Grant Cardone with 10 Times Health Systems, and it just sounds like bullshit.
So check it out if you want.
Yeah, it's interesting. In local news, man, it's pretty fucked up too. But up in Oklahoma County,
wow,
they are fucking up.
Yeah, right. Really though.
So last year, don't quote me, as a year or two ago. Either way, there were 5 inmates in Oklahoma County where these correctional officers would take just these specific 5 inmates, put them in an attorney's booth, handcuff them behind their back, and force them to stand there for up to 3 hours. Well, actually, it was like 5 hours at a time. Yeah. But they would play Baby Shark.
I mean, even if it was 2 hours, that's long.
No, they'd play it for 1 to 3 hours.
I think it was 3 to 6.
It
honestly.
could have been.
Yeah.
Either way, you're right.
Don't quote me, but yeah.
Baby Shark. Everybody knows the song.
Imagine that.
On repeat. You know, while they're locked in this attorney booth. So I didn't really see it, but I'm imagining there's not a lot of space to move around.
Like you're
trapped
stuck
with
stiff.
the noise.
Yeah, you're stuck stiff, and I imagine it almost echoes and bounce. You know, those rooms are echoey.
Yeah.
You know,
no doubt.
Yeah.
So these men all decided to come together and sue the department, Oklahoma County Sheriff, and basically, so the correctional officers stepped down. So that obviously
I feel like that just
some truth to it,
right?
You know?
He felt bad enough right there. He's like, "Oop, I got caught. Let me go on, get out of here."
They may have even admitted to some sorts of it, but a lot of this we're talking about because this man, one of the plaintiffs in the lawsuit.
Yeah. I forgot about this part.
Yeah, he recently was locked up, and I don't recall what the charges were, which really doesn't matter. But
I would like to know. Actually,
he was in the jail, and
I want to find that part out.
He died. He passed away in the jail, which has got to be. I
ridiculous.
think they said the 15th death in that jail this year alone.
Honestly, that's almost like they hit him with some Epstein stuff. You know,
had to have been. Right?
How you just?
But then I looked up the number, bro.
Over.
They're only trying to get $75,000. That's really not a lot of money,
right?
Guy's name John Bosco. Cause of death. It's still yet to be determined, but they think it's a possible drug overdose.
Huh. So, drug accusations and drug overdose.
Yeah.
I think they just blackmailed the man and shoved fentanyl on his muffin.
You know, which could be easily done.
It really could, though.
They
They blackmailed him on some accusations, and then all it takes is a guard to shove something weird in your food when they slide it in through your beanhole. And then, you know, hey, you don't have no commissary. You're going to eat your 3 meals a day that come to you.
And it's so common.
That's sad. That breaks my heart. I mean, that's just a little theory I have. I'm just shooting it out crazy like. Yeah. But hey, you know, you're not gonna.
His death was like so convenient,
right? It really was.
Yeah.
You know, and honestly, the drug. Why, if you have a $75,000 case against the police, practically, right?
Yeah.
Against the government / police themselves,
no doubt, right.
You're gonna start running around and selling bricks. That makes no sense to me at all. You know? No.
Yeah, they could have pulled this man over and set him up, and then...
That's what I'm saying. Like, because even if you did have the money mentality, like, man, I gotta make this money and do this and this, you wouldn't do it right there. You'd sit back, know that you're probably about to win this case, and go work, flipping a burger, doing whatever, and then get your $75,000 and go back to your trapping life.
You're splitting that between 5, but it's still an easy 15,
exactly.
20. I don't want to do the math, but it's good.
Well, so that would be 75 through them?
15, 30, 45. It's more than
a
little more than 15.
I thought it was just for him. But who cares? Either way, you know, it just don't. You see how I'm kind of rounding it all up there?
And
don't make no sense.
Man. Or
Man.
let's say, okay, the only way for that to happen, if it was a drug, would be if he had some on him, right? And he snuck. Well, then he snuck it in, and y'all still ain't doing y'all's job,
right? Unless he did it right in the drive, like right in the parking lot.
Took a second,
and it took 30 minutes to kick in, and they done already booked him. You know, that fast. But then I feel like.
Really sucks for that
man.
And, you know, I bet he was just scared to go. And I can't imagine. You know, I'm a little scared of the police, but I can't imagine what he felt. You know,
after a lot of all these videos I've watched.
My Jesus.
Yeah, I totally get it.
Did you see that one here in Stillwater?
With those people was
on the strip
hammered. Yeah. I watched a little bit of it. I didn't watch enough of it to get a good opinion. But it just kind of seems like they probably should have went on about their day. They were already intoxicated, you know.
Well, they weren't being respectful, but the police definitely went to being physical before, for no reason, before anybody else. So it was. I almost felt like I was watching one of them videos.
Right. I would definitely have to watch the whole video. Maybe I should too. You know,
and I'm glad.
But that's why my first thing about that is, you know, they're a cop for a reason. Yes, they want to help people, but also a lot of them walk around with that, like, I got picked on in high school type, and you know, I got something to prove. They
aren't educated on their rights, and I'm glad
nowadays
we've been educating ourselves.
Yeah, we all should be, because that's your American right to be educated about it, you know? So you don't get messed around that way. But my number one rule when it comes to that, unless you just have to have them around, just don't have, just handle it without the police, if you can. If you can't, then that, you know, like, if it's a car wreck or somebody's trying to kill you or something, like, I totally get it. But other than that, if you could just talk about it or get it handled or whatever, then just don't go. Man, that video I was telling you about, that kid called the, I don't know where, I think it might have been in Colorado, but they were, like, out in the boonies, so it was, like, where a couple of counties were mixed or something, you know? So, like, a group of cops showed up to this kid, and he had a couple of tools in his truck, and they were all yelling at him. I guess he got spooked, wouldn't get out the car, and he grabbed the knife, and long story short, they shot him. They tased him, and he was flaring around, and then they shot him.
Why did he grab the knife?
Because at first he just wanted to be pushed out of the, like, it looked like he crashed his truck into the ditch, so he was like trying to ask to get pushed out. Then they wanted him to get out of the truck, and he said, you know, I have no reason to get out of the truck, I did nothing wrong. So he got all weird on them, and then they got weird on him, and then he was like, I'll drop the knife out of the truck, and they said, no, don't grab it. And then when they were all trying to break the window open, and I mean, this is after an hour of trying to get him out of the truck.
Just a knife.
I think he should have just probably got out of the truck, and everything would have been. Yeah, it was just a knife. That's the part that got me.
Yeah,
you
know? So tense between people and police right now.
It really is.
It's crazy. And it's all the videos.
I'm not sticking up for the police, and I'm not sticking up for him. Like, it's just, like you just said, it's very, very intense. But there's literally like 10 of you guys, you know, or, you know, 5 or 6,
they didn't
whatever.
Try to tase him either.
Yeah,
so.
Well, I think they tased him, and that's why he was flaring around with the knife. You know, like, maybe he couldn't drop it after that. But the cop was standing on the hood of his car and put 5 through the windshield, you know, on him. You know, and it just seemed...
It just shows you how tense stuff is.
It just shows you... Yeah, it was like...
And I contributed a lot to the spread of all these videos, too. Like the one you're talking about, you know?
Right.
I mean, we should be able to see them, for sure, but...
It was just a lot.
At some point, it's like, damn... You know,
just be safe out there. That's just what I mean.
I mean, and that guy could have
acted differently,
made smarter decisions for sure. I'm guessing.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's almost like that's by that point it's suicide by cop.
Right.
I mean, you know, there's 10 of them. You still won't put the knife down. Blah blah blah. And I've seen videos too, you know, but where a guy will have a gun,
right?
You know,
yeah. Like I've seen videos where the dude's just standing there, and for no reason he pulls a gun out of his pocket and starts shooting these cops because he was a wanted murderer or something, or whatever the case may be. You know, you got to think about these guys. They never know what you're up to. You know, like every time they show up to a situation, it could be like, you know, the end of their life. Yeah, life or death. You know, so
life or death rage. But yeah, you know, props.
So I try to give my support. I try to be respectful and do my thing. But also, you're not going to talk to me no way and walk all over me and be disrespectful to me either. You know, we're all human beings.
Like that.
Yeah. Well, wow. We're all human beings here. Let's be respectful and talk to each other like adults.
You know, that's why we got to know our rights, educate ourselves, and, you know...
and try to not put yourself in certain situations.
Definitely that. I mean...
There's always that wrong place, wrong time.
And
so
respect goes a long way, right? I mean...
That's true. That's always been a saying since we were kids, man. You know, respect will take you further than a gun. And I've lived my life on that, for real.
Yeah.
Facts. All right, what's down the line?
Down the old line.
Come on now.
Did you guys ever play Cyberpunk when it first came out?
Hey, you guys. Would you guys like some cookies?
Was it a cookie?
But no, that Cyberpunk is pretty cool. That show is wowing me.
It's pretty crazy how when it first came out, it just goes to show you how something like that can really ruin a game or anything.
Yeah.
Just one little hiccup like that really just killed. Like they're selling it right now.
I bought it right when it came out, and then I didn't play it for a whole year.
Bro, they're selling it right now on PlayStation for over half off.
Yeah,
it's like 60% off or something. It's only $24 or something.
Well, I'm in the middle of it right now, and it's pretty good, but it's still a wee bit buggy. But it's
yeah.
I feel like
crashed my games crashed twice and almost froze my PlayStation once.
Mine too, only once. But when I'm shooting people and stuff, it kind of lags around. But the thing is I feel like they could have took a page out of Rockstar's book with how they do GTA. Don't rush something like that. Get it done right, and everybody will be just as happy as if you would have pushed it out. Because regardless, they're going to play it. If they was looking forward to it, they're going to play it. Why push it out when it's not ready or overwork people?
When they made the Keanu Reeves teaser trailer, when was that?
I feel like that was a while before they ever even.
Me too. No, that's what I was going to say.
I feel like you knew about this game for 3 years before it really came out.
Straight up. So they released that.
I might not be right,
but I believe that too. They released that Keanu Reeves
because when I was like, man, Keanu's in a game.
Yeah.
Other than the Matrix,
I was playing for the first 5 hours, no Keanu throughout the whole. And I'm like, what's going on here, bro? But if you haven't played it, guys, don't worry. Keanu shows up, and now I'm like, fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
He's right there. So.
Right. I don't want to throw no spoilers out there, but definitely check out the show. If you're not into video games and you like all that futuristic, also if you're into anime, like animated, but it's 100% for adults, you know what I mean?
The game, no doubt.
Yeah, no, the game and the show. The show
I haven't
shows
seen the
boobs
show.
and everything, man. Like, it gets wild.
Yeah,
and people get ripped in half and everything.
Too.
Yeah, the game too. But, it's all futuristic. Like, it's about,
who knew Cyberpunk was a theme?
Right.
It's like a real...
Yeah, like Total Recall and movies like that, I guess, I think is in the Cyberpunk world. I need to do,
it's
like RoboCop, like
style.
Man and Machine
it's
mixed
a style
together type
Cyberpunk,
stuff. Right. Yeah, so it's pretty interesting. Check that stuff out if you haven't. Yeah. No, I think as far as the new movies coming up and video games, it's going to be a good time for movies and games. I can't wait to upgrade my system and start stepping up into the virtual reality world of gaming.
Bought a new phone probably about 2 weeks ago. I watched a guy buy a PS5 right in front of me.
Oh, man, where at?
Oh, Walmart. And he's like, man, I'm surprised you guys got them in stock. Just making small talk. Casually drops like $700 because he got the warranty and shit.
Lucky.
I didn't even make eye contact with him. I'm like, I just kept my head down.
Yeah.
I'm like,
our time's coming, though. Yeah. It's coming.
For
real. But yeah, whenever I do step up and I get the 5, I'm trying to get that virtual reality too. Start stepping more into that world.
I want to get that now.
I played it at a buddy's house, and
is it worth it for the 4?
It is. Oh, I didn't play. I didn't play it on a PlayStation. It was a different kind.
It was an Oculus probably or something.
I can't even remember the kind it was exactly, but all I know is it's virtual reality. Like, no wonder them videos of them people falling on them face. Like, I get it now. Like, I was doing this walk the plank, and then you fall off the side of a building, and it literally made my chest and my heart have that feeling of whenever you're like, whoa!
Drive down a hill in a car.
Yeah, so we're like when you're on a roller coaster and you raise your hands up and you go down, you know? Yeah.
I never really got that idea.
Do it.
Raising your hands. I've done it, but it don't feel different to me.
Really? It don't do something to your belly? Or your
it
chest?
Does, but I don't. I'm saying like whether I'm holding on to the.
Oh, it's all the same to me.
No, I really don't feel a difference.
I'm scared of heights, so It definitely messes with me.
But I'm saying, do you feel a difference between holding it and then
I
actually
feel like I'm more secure,
lifting?
and whenever you do that, you feel literally like you're more kind of like flying, or you're more loose, or like it does more of the chest feeling, I guess, because you're not holding yourself as much down.
After seeing all these, man, I watched this.
There was,
I know, it's just
this video that of a phone flying out. Is that the one you're talking about?
Well, I'm talking about.
I guess it hit this lady in the head. I think it happened here in Oklahoma.
No,
hit this lady in the head. She split her forehead. Has brain damage now because somebody had their phone out on a roller coaster recording it.
Dude, that breaks my heart.
Yeah, it really did mine too. Like, guys, put your stuff up.
She was an older lady?
No, I think she was a teen or a.
Oh my god! Put your fucking shit up.
And she's just waiting in line to get on the ride in a phone. Woo 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 bink.
I've dropped a hat.
Right.
Well, I have.
Well, like I'd understand maybe your sunglasses or like a hat, but a whole phone. And my phone itself. Dude, it's as big as a shoe. I feel like I'm walking around.
People just think see the videos of people on roller coasters and think it's okay. I don't think they got something to lock that phone in place.
Well, you could wear a GoPro. Think about it. If you're riding a bike or swimming or doing all that stuff, get your GoPro going on.
You've seen the videos of the guys on the roller coaster, and then they'll pass out, and it shows their friend. That's what I'm saying. How do they get that video? And people are thinking maybe they're holding it or something. Well, they're not. They gotta have. They have something in place in front of them to get. You know what I'm talking about?
Isn't there cameras on those rides like that?
Gotta be. Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying people are probably seeing these videos and they're thinking, let me go get on here and fucking video me and maybe my friend will pass out and we'll go viral. Well,
or they're just snapping themselves flying through or whatever.
I'm just saying. And they pull their phone out thinking that maybe
I'm too worried that my damn rail's gonna magically come apart and I'm gonna fly out. The whole time I'm either enjoying myself or I'm holding myself down. Some of them rides are too scared for me to ride, and then the other ones I actually have fun. I'm to the point now to where I'm old enough now to where I'm like, I rode a helicopter so many months ago, and that was like one of the that was actually really cool. It was actually real fun. But I'm scared of heights, so like I try to. That's why I agreed to do it, because I'm trying to get over like a couple. Now the whole jumping out of an airplane or doing some skydiving stuff, maybe down the line, but not right now.
Maybe one day,
yeah. But no, for the most part, I'm to the point to, like, one was flipping around and then had me hanging upside down, but like staring straight at the ground. And, like, I wasn't enjoying myself. Like, the whole
helicopter?
time. No.
Fucking...
One of the rides, bro. One of the rides at the amusement park.
Right.
It had me hanging there, and I'm staring right at the ground. So I even had my sunglasses. I had to scoot them back on my face and stuff, but I wasn't enjoying. So when I got off that ride, I was like, I'm not going to ride that one again. I didn't.
Really?
It was more scary than it was like fun. Like, if I'm going for pure adrenaline, then ride it. But I was more that day. It was more like a laid back day for me. It wasn't like, hey, I'm gonna conquer my fears today.
Hey, I'm gonna go ride 80 miles per hour and spin in circles on this fucking death machine.
Yeah, it wasn't like I was like, rawr, that day. I was just like, hey, I'm gonna just ride.
But yeah, you should secure all loose items before you get
Definitely.
Even sunglasses, loose change.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine like it's like the Empire State Building dropping a penny off that or something.
Right. Smash through somebody.
Yeah, shooting.
Well, that's what I always heard. But yeah.
No, it can hit your head like
if you don't care, at least care for somebody else. That's what I'm saying. Care for, the people around you.
Man, that sickens me, bro.
Because think about it, I'm sure that whoever's phone that I hope they're feeling it. I'm sure that they're getting sued tremendously, or they at least, feel super bad.
Yeah, I agree. So earlier, speaking of good movies, so I found this pretty cool website if you guys are interested in stealing free movies and shit. It's called fmovies.to. It's fire, but I've watched Nope. I watched Black Phone.
Right.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, them websites really do work for the most part. You ain't got to worry about nothing.
I mean, there's ads will pop up, but that's all right.
Right, just exit out of them and stuff, but... No, I just pay for my streaming. I don't try to not do stuff like that no more.
It's like hard to find some movies. Where's it at? Where is it streaming on? And then once you get on these websites,
yeah, because something like that, it will have everything. Like from something in the '60s to something in the just came out yesterday on television. TV shows to old movies to anything. Yeah,
I watched that Empire.
Like, do they not run 1, 2, 3 movies no more, or none of that stuff?
Well, I used to use Vumo too, but that one's good, dude. This new one's good.
Movie of the week.
That's right.
That's right. The old Dynamite.
So I believe last week we picked Honey Boy.
That's right.
And that
was fire.
It has been watched and it has started a fire.
No, man, Shia LaBeouf is actually a great human being.
And it sucks all this shit coming, I think so too, and then now he came out and he said that some of that abuse in the movie wasn't true.
Oh, really? That's sad.
I'm imagining the physical abuse, but he didn't really show any physical abuse, so... But he said...
I feel like all the bad stuff that was going on with him was, was him going through a hard time. I'm sure his dad did some messed up stuff to him, though, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure, But that movie, it was fire.
Yeah.
What would you rate it out of our Deatherage rating system?
Well, he's doing 1 out of 5, huh?
0,
or 1 out of 10?
0 out of 5.
0 out of 5. I'm going to give it a 3.5. Because it was fire.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it like a 4.1. I thought it was super good.
Yeah. No,
really
maybe
good.
I need to heighten it. Yeah, it was yeah. I'll give it a 4 because it was great.
Got him.
And it was like more of a biography kind of. Well, now I guess you're telling me that some of it was not real. But still, it was about his life and him coming up. It was
presented as it...
Right.
Yeah.
I was almost I'm not trying to give no spoilers, but when it hit, I almost thought it was going to be longer. Like right when it hit a certain spot in his life, I was still pretty interested and thought it was going to keep going. And then it was like, boom. And I was like, dang, he could have made a second one.
Yeah, Honey Boy too.
Yeah.
He has that other movie
based on Honey Bun.
It's called like American Honey or something. It's based on his father as a younger.
Oh, really?
At his age as a young kid. It's
That's
a weird
funny,
movie, bro. I wouldn't even almost recommend. Right. I need to rewatch it, but the ending leaves you just. It literally has honey in the title too.
Honey Boy 2 would be called Honey Bun. I thought it. I don't know why. I thought it was so funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, we did that. So, movie of the week this week, we're going to hit you with some scary stuff.
A little bit scary. Maybe hit you with it till Halloween.
Gals and goals.
Yeah.
We literally have that thing that sounds like a monster, and that's what we pick. It's okay,
Yeah. It says 666, the button.
Right, weird button. I swear they're saying something evil, those little heemy things. But, any Oculus. Yeah.
If you haven't seen it,
it's a scary one. It's an older, scary one. I know that we watched it when we were younger, and I thought it was tremendous. And I'm sure
it is
still tremendous.
It's like about
2010 or something, right?
2013, yeah.
Yeah. So, I remember thinking it was great, so I'm definitely going to rewatch it and put a fatto rating on it.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
It's going to be good.
Gonna be good.
Well, we ain't got much time left, so I guess we're going to close out with just a little. I'm sure everybody's heard about Russia mobilizing its forces.
Some scary stuff.
It's getting real out there.
It really is.
This hasn't happened since World War II. They're bringing 300,000 reserve troops.
I try to not get into a lot of all the politics and a bunch of other stuff. People should know that about me, but something like this, I feel like you really can't ignore. You need to just be, you need to pay attention.
You need to get into politics.
Yeah, especially at the age I am right now. It's perfect. Like, I mean, because this is affecting my whole life.
And it starts with you.
Yeah, and I'm at the prime age that if anything did happen, I'd have to go to war. Really, so. and all of us who would be able. Think about what happened. If they was literally on your street, you'd have to throw Molotovs and get out there.
I'm not having it,
you know? But yeah, no, it's some scary stuff whenever they're asking every single person who wants to fight to show up and fight.
Yeah,
they want them. Russia's a big place.
Because they might draft them, so they want them on the back end for sure. They're taking their reserves they have.
No, it's scary.
It's scary as fuck.
So my best advice
and we're just sitting here supplying Ukraine under the table.
Right.
Well, but everybody knows it, even Russia.
Right. Oh, that's scary.
And they keep talking shit about it. They're getting mad because they're losing the war. Putin didn't expect this.
No, what Ukraine's been doing over there is amazing.
Really
How they were changing the street signs and having tanks fall on bridges and they're just throwing Molotovs and it's amazing how they was getting down. But really with the Rona that going on and then this war thing going on and everything, I'd just say pay attention.
Yeah.
Take everything you see and hear with a grain of salt.
A little grain.
Yeah, a grain of salt. And, there's nothing wrong with keeping rice and beans and
I just
some
heard
stock.
This guy on the radio.
And you know what? Get you a piece and some ammunition laying around. There's nothing wrong with having something like that either, because this is America.
I forget his lyrics, but... yeah, I just heard this guy on the radio.
America! Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah!
Okay, yeah.
He's talking about on the radio while I'm driving home how the media is lying to us and trying to divide us and shit. Well, he said it like that, but not exactly as explicit. But he's just saying basically what you just said. Take everything with a grain of salt.
I think everybody needs to be way more alert about what's going on with the news.
96.9.
And you know what would be amazing is if somebody came out and was like a real journalist and really busted out some, and they were like, look, I'm not, and then I feel like it'd just take over and everybody be like, well, I'm jumping right to Channel 8, and that's the only thing that we will ever watch in this house!
If you want a good news source that's non-biased, the Associated Press. They're a good one.
I was trying to,
they're independent.
when we was watching you had to get on YouTube and watch the Australian news and stuff, right?
Sky News, Australia, they're biased, but I feel like they also do talk from a truth angle.
Whenever I was watching that and started talking about the fall cabal, that's what blew my mind.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah,
that's on YouTube.
What was scary.
Well, they take that video down from YouTube too.
Yeah, that's what showed me. Why would they take their time taking that video down?
Fall cabal.
Yeah, and you have to keep going and finding it.
They don't leave it up long.
Yeah,
or they break it down in parts, so you have to watch it part 1 through I think it was 9 or so.
Like dance moves.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, break it down.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, guys, we're coming to the end of the time.
You know what it is. Hey, what it is, what you gonna do? That's right. Oh, what you... Thank you guys for tuning in. Another week of Life and Deatherage.
Yeah, go ahead and watch that movie, Oculus. Check out. Watch that News Press with Jake Paul, Silva.
You know what it is.
Check all that shit out.
Like, share, and comment. All that good stuff. Have a great day.
Share. Subscribe. Peace.